It was soon to be a grim night. The kingdom of Vale, and its capital heart, Beacon, a shining jewel of a city, it was an island of hope amidst the despair that ran rampant throughout the rest of the plain. But soon, the kingdom came under siege from a threat that its people had long thought to be only a myth. The creatures of Grimm. From the shadows they erupted, eager to devour. One horde attacked the city itself, ravaging every bright soul within. Another horde, smaller but no less dangerous, made to ransack the castle. The castle guard stood no chance, for the creatures of Grimm have hides too tough for blades to pierce. Their fangs and claws were made to rip through armor, to break bone and tear flesh asunder. This they did, in their eternal quest to slake the hungers that drove them. As so they would, moving further into the castle to come upon the king and queen of Vale. Vale's rulers were brave and true, fierce fighters who defended their homes and family with strength and determination. But even the mighty king and queen were soon overtaken and devoured. No human forged steel or mere human strength could possibly defeat the foul beasts. All seemed lost as the night drew on, screams of horror shattering what had once been a quiet evening. It was then that the king's advisor, Lord Ozpin, and his longtime friend, Lady Goodwitch, appeared. Lady Goodwitch, a renowned wizard of the north, cast devastating spells that banished the Grimm from the castle. Through the mighty forces of magic, Lady Goodwitch saved the people of Beacon from the horde of Grimm. The people gave a great cheer as they realized what had come to pass, and that their lives had been spared. However, their cry of celebration soon turned to one of mourning, as they realized that the king and queen had been lost to the attack. And, upon further investigation, the young princess of the kingdom had vanished as well, presumed dead. However, Lord Ozpin was not convinced that the Grimm had slain the young princess as they had her parents. He asked Lady Goodwitch to search for any sign of the princess, and to cross the entire kingdom if necessary. Lady Goodwitch agreed, and as Lord Ozpin took the throne as regent the next day, she swept away into the night. And so begins our story.
Thank you, Ruby. You and your sister have always been such good girls.
It's no problem. Anything else I can do to help?
Well, unless you can clear the trade routes of all the Grimm that have been popping up.
We're doing our best. The militia is still pretty unorganized, but Yang has been trying to set up an actual schedule for patrols. It's been a long time since we even needed a militia, so it's been tough.
What we need is a real hunting party, like in the old days. Patrols will keep our towns safe, but the trade routes keep getting ambushed. You know, they almost got into camp last night.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Tell Yang, if she doesn't know already. We need to tighten up our defense before people get hurt.
Hey, don't take that tone with me. You know better. I'm working with what I've got, alright?
Yang, what's going on?
Morning, Ruby. The dragons are just throwing a temper tantrum. Isn't that right, Ember?
What about Celica?
I had to separate her from the rest of the dragons. She wasn't playing nice.
Well, what's got them so upset? We can't exactly afford to have angry sand dragons on our hands.
Well, we gave them their food last night, thinking we'd have plenty left over, but...
We're out of dragon food?
Yup,
You checked all the bags.
yup, we're completely out.
Yang, how could you? Remember the last time we ran out of food?
But it's not going to come to that this time, because I have your first chore for the day.
Are you serious? Why do I have to do extra work because you can't take care of your own dragons?
Because I'm the big sister and I make the rules.
But the supplier might not even have any more food. The trade routes have been disrupted by all the crazy grim ambushes that have been popping up.
Wait, really?
Yes, really. I just got done talking to the supplier about this. She mentioned her stores have been low.
It's been hard for everyone to resupply lately, that's true. But you need to go check anyway, okay? I can't go myself. The dragons need me to stay here to babysit them so they don't cause havoc in the pens. So go get a move on to the market.
Fine, I'll go get them some food.
Get back here as soon as you can.
Hello, Ruby. Back so soon?
Yeah, sorry. Our dragon feed is running low and we need more. Do you have any in stock?
Well, I can spare enough for just today, but other than that, you'll have to wait for the next shipment. Barring any more ambushes, that is.
Come on, you lazy dragon, back inside!
Hey, Yang. The supplier gave us enough for one day, but that's it.
One day? That's not gonna help us much.
We could go to the next village over. They don't have as many dragons as we do, so they're bound to have some feed for sale.
That'll work. If we leave within the hour, we can get there in the afternoon and leave before nightfall. Don't forget to bring a weapon this time, okay?
That was one time.
I'm serious. We've been getting reports from some of the other clans that the Grimm are acting up. Don't get snippy just because I'm looking out for your dumb butt.
Sure. Don't worry, I'll be sure to keep Little Thorn on hand at all times.
That rickety old thing? I know it belonged to your uncle, but you really need to find something sturdier soon, Ruby.
Little Thorn is a beauty and a treasure. Don't you dare talk about my child that way.
Whatever. Just saddle up Celica and let's go.
Yang?
Hmm?
Was it just me, or were some of those villagers treating us, well, rudely?
Yeah, but I didn't want to start anything.
You wanted to avoid trouble for once?
Quiet, you.
I thought we were in a truce with that tribe. Why the sudden hostility?
I don't know. I'll have to bring it up with Dad at the next council meeting. We do have a history with that clan, you know. Most of it isn't very nice.
Well, I know that, but that was ages ago, before I came here. Makes no sense that they get agitated over it now. We aren't outright fighting, we need to look after each other. It's the only way anyone can survive in this place.
People.
It still bugs me that they treated us like that, though. Did they think we crossed the desert just to pick a fight or something?
Aw, sis, don't be too grumpy. I think it was a productive trip. And besides, it's not the destination, it's the journey. That's why I love traveling.
Yang, you've never left the desert in your whole life.
It's still traveling if I'm riding the dragons. I just like to move, okay? But speaking of leaving the desert, you know, your birthday is gonna roll around real soon. Maybe you and I should take a trip, like a real one, to somewhere far away. I've even saved up a bit of money. I was gonna surprise you, but I guess you would need time to think about where we want to go and what we're gonna pack and to make preparations and stuff.
How much money?
Well, enough. Not enough to open a portal or anything, but...
We can't.
What?
Open a portal. We can't. Even if you had all the money in the village, living material can't pass through the portals that go to the other planes. Not without a rose on the throne.
I didn't know that.
Not a lot of people do. Trade still flows, so no one questions it. Probably. The only time they open the portals for humans is during wartime. That's what I learned anyway.
But still, ignoring that, what do you think about my idea? Taking a trip.
I think it would be safer if I didn't do that.
Oh, I just thought, you know, maybe if we avoided the capital... You'll never stop waiting for that guy to come back, will you? Your uncle. It's been 7 years since he left you here, Ruby. Can't you let him go? If he was going to return, wouldn't he have done it by now? If they really needed a princess, they wouldn't have sent you away.
It's more than that. I just can't go back to that castle, Yang. I can't even risk it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Well... What do you say to a little break?
Yang, catch! Yang!
I'm fine.
Behind you! What?
Are you too injured?
I'm fine. Ruby?
Yeah. Thanks to you. Who are you?
My name is Glinda Goodwitch, and I'm looking for the Xiaolong village. Would you be so kind as to guide me there?
Sure. Anything. You saved our lives. I thought for sure we were done for. I'm Yang Xiaolong, and this is Ruby. We'll take you back to the village. Just let me get our dragons.
Very well. You don't look like most people in this part of Vale.
Well, I'm adopted?
And I notice you have silver eyes. That's certainly an unusual trait.
I guess I do. I guess it is. I mean, yes, I do. It is. Why?
Your companion. She called you Ruby.
Yang's my sister. Well, adopted sister, but... Ah, yes!
Would your surname by any chance happen to be Rose?
Well, I mean, I'm a Xiaolong, but before that, it was Rose. I mean, I guess it still is Rose since I was never officially inducted into the clan, so, yes?
My God. I've finally found you, haven't I? No doubt about it, you have your mother's face. And her eyes. There's no mistaking Rose's eyes. How you managed to stay hidden this long is a testament to Tai Yang's loyalty to Crow, if nothing else. Princess, I've come to take you back.
Wait, back? Back where?
I'm here to return you to your kingdom.
My kingdom? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a girl. I said I was adopted. But there was a caravan that got attacked by bandits. The Xiaolong took me in when I was barely 10.
My lady, I'm sorry, but I do not have time for this. I came here for an important reason. Did you notice how the beasts which attacked you earlier were acting? That is not how creatures of the Grim normally behave. They do not strike in waves or wait until someone's back is turned. This is not an isolated incident either. The Grim are becoming more intelligent. This is why I'm here. I need you to come back to Beacon. Once you are there, we can truly begin to fight back against these monsters. So, let's not waste precious time. You're coming with me. Now.
No.
Good. I shall speak to Miss Xiaolong and... What did you say?
I'm not going to leave the village. I'm sorry you came all the way out here, but I don't want to leave.
Ruby, I'm sorry, but you don't have much choice. You are the princess and you are needed most desperately.
Yang? Oh, Yang, you're back.
We can ride as well as talk.
You'll ride with me then, I think.
Miss Rose, there are preparations to make before we leave. You had best get started on them immediately.
Yang?
Don't worry, sis. I've got you. Go do what you need to do.
What do you think you're...
So about those preparations. How cold is it in the castle? Normally we Xiaolongs make our panties from the hides of rogue sand dragons, but maybe you should get Ruby something woolen. I mean, if her royal butt froze to the throne, how would her subjects take her seriously? Queen Ruby of the Icy Rear isn't gonna strike fear into the heart of anyone. Or do they make armored underwear? That would be even better. I'm thinking we could get Ruby a set made out of plate and chain, put some spikes on there to intimidate her enemies when she rides into battle, or we could make something out of an Ursa skull. Have you ever headbutted one? They're really strong. Her junk would be stylish and safe in a pair of those. Are you writing this down? Actually, I just remembered I have a thing. Later!
Glad I gave that woman the slip. I need to get my weapon fixed, in case she tries anything funny with me. Don't worry, sweetheart. You'll be better soon. Just hold on. Hold on for me. Be strong a little longer.
So, are you going to buy anything, or do I have to ask you to leave?
Yes! Yes, as in, I'm going to buy something, not yes, tell me to go. Well, I'm not really here to buy anything, so it's more of a no to both options. Can you fix her, please?
That's a nasty break. You'd be better off getting a new weapon.
Just fix her, please.
It's going to take time to reforge something like this. And the metal still won't be as strong. We've got a nice selection of glaives in the back if you want to take a look. How about it?
Nope.
I've been working with metal a long time, miss. Trust me, you'll see more use out of a new one.
Thanks for your time, then.
Wait! Wait! I can fix it!
Yay!
Just leave it here, and I'll see what I can do. Dragon fire takes a while to get going, but it will give you the best results. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I'm fine.
So why are you still here?
You mean I can't watch?
No.
Oh, okay. Take good care of her, then. I'll be back soon.
Who's a good girl, Sing a song for me, baby. You gotta do better than that if you want dinner. Sing!
Ow!
Ruby? Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. I was teaching Ember how to dragon.
I think they're dragoning pretty well already. Anyway, sis, speaking of dragons, the storyteller's doing our favorite show tonight. You want to come with me and kill some time?
I ditched that good witch lady in Dad's tent, but they're still talking and he hasn't kicked her out yet.
Ugh, yeah. And I definitely don't want to go home.
I need a break from these dragons. They've been antsy and stubborn all day. Yes, I'm talking about you, Fussy Fangs. Anyway, let's go. Looks like we got here just in time. He just started.
This is a story from the beginning. Before the desert. Before the heat. Men, beasts, and plants lived together in the cycle of death and rebirth. The rain was soft and gentle, and our families lived and ruled far and wide, in peace and plenty. And then came the creatures of Grimm. They spread across the land like a wildfire, and everything they touched withered and died. The sands blew in, the rains stopped, and when they did come, they flooded and drowned our livestock and our homes. But humanity was not to be wiped out just yet. Allies appeared from the furthest plains, and with our hope restored, we drove the Grimm back. We stood up, led by our bravest and our wisest. And though the creatures of Grimm still run free in certain parts of the plain, humanity thrives as well. That is why whenever we receive a plea for aid from another plane, we will always respect the arrangement made in past generations and give them our finest warriors, as they do for us.
What about the dragons?
Tell him about the Xiaolong family! Do it!
One of the greatest warriors was Xiaolong, the ancestor of our own leader and the woman for whom our tribe is named. She went searching for her husband, who had gone missing during a hunting trip.
Yeah!
She found him in the claws of a mother dragon, but instead of slaying the beasts, she established dominance over them. Dragons are incredibly intelligent, and she was one of the first to tame them. Ever since that day, the dragons have served us, protected us, and guided us through the sands. And they serve us too as a mark of their owner's character. Only the fiercest, the bravest, and the most noble can successfully rein in a wild sand dragon. To own one is to continue our traditions, and to have the respect of a wild dragon is rare. They are loyal to their masters and those who have their masters' hearts. The first dragon displayed loyalty only to Xiaolong and her husband.
And we have one right here! A real Xiaolong who went out into the desert and bested a wild sand dragon!
That's right.
Yes, it's true. When she was young, the eldest Xiaolong girl got separated from her caravan during a Grimm attack. Forced to choose between the wilds and the Grimm, she chose the wilds, and all the dangers it possessed. She returned days later, holding the reins of a sand dragon as her ancestor did many generations before. And that is the story of how the creatures of Grimm scorched the land, how our old life ended, and how our bond with the dragons began.
Feels different than the first time I heard it.
No, it's the same. We've changed, maybe.
Still good, though.
Yeah.
Good dragon.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget your dinner. I had to go do things with your other mama for a bit, but I'm back now.
Aren't I a bit more like their auntie than anything else? Blood relatives or not, I've always thought of you as my sister. All this garbage with Glinda, it's just making me remember stuff. Like how I felt when I had lost my parents.
Ruby, we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
But I do want to. When Crow brought me here, you gave me hope that I could have a family again. You might not realize, but you mean more to me than anything else. You and Dad both.
Right back at ya. You big dweeb.
Hey!
Smooch, smooch!
Anyway, let's go home. I think Dad might have run off that Glinda weirdo by now. The glaive should be ready soon, too.
Yeah, we wasted enough time dicking around at the fireplace.
What? Hey, what's the deal? What? Oh no.
Pardon me.
Yang! Look out!
Thanks, little Rose!
I am sorry it took so long for me to act. I'm afraid I was unaware of the situation until it was rather late.
It's okay. You helped a lot once you showed up. More than I did, really.
Ruby, I know you told me that you wished to stay with the Xiaolongs, but all the Grim and Vale are becoming this organized. It's not just in this desert. It's everywhere. This has happened in many other places. It happened that night, 7 years ago. The attack that cost your parents their lives.
You mean twice? This happened to my home? My family? Twice?
Yes, and I can guarantee that this will happen again. Here, somewhere else, I don't know, but it will happen again. There are ancient protection spells that defend our plane, and they are dying. We need a true-blooded heir to rekindle them. That's you, Ruby. We need you. If you don't come with me, this will continue to happen until humanity is eradicated from this plane and eventually every other. However, if you take up your royal duty as the heir apparent, then you can make it clear to your people that these are not just isolated incidents. We cannot forget and we cannot twiddle our thumbs until another much worse attack happens. So, I will ask you again. Will you return to Beacon and claim your birthright?
I say you go for it. It honestly couldn't hurt, you going there. And hey, might be nice to get a change of scenery. Seeing the same desert sand every day wears me out.
I'm not sure I can do it. I'm not much of a queen.
Well, that's why I'm going with you. That way, we can both be bad queens together.
You can't do that! You should stay with your family!
That's exactly what I'm doing. I told you I wanted to take a trip with you, Ruby. Now we can. We just might not come home for a little while, is all.
Alright. I'll go to Beacon.
Luck to you, Ruby Rose.
Thank you. Thank you so much.